Make it better. And that's not on anybody in Washington, and that's not on your senator or anybody else. That's on you and your neighbor and your neighbor's neighbor. Little sip of coffee just to get going.
Love is love. Love is love.
Hi, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. Man, I had an interesting experience this weekend that I wanted to share and I wanted to talk for us all about. So my parents were in town. That's always fun. They came to see the kids play in their championship flag football games. So that was fun. And on Sunday, it was crazy windy, like 75 mile an hour gusts. We probably shouldn't have been playing the game. And so that made it really cold. Like all the kids are like, just like, oh my God, they can barely play because their hands because their hands were so cold. And these kids are 6 now. We're talking about Simon, my 6-year-old. And it was very cool because we had to, as I coached that league, for that team for Simon, with another friend of ours. But all of the families had to come together on the sidelines and they had to like take care of all of the kids. Like, we went and got blankets, and the parents and grandparents, my mom, they were wrapping the kids up in the blankets when they weren't on the field to keep them really warm. Because it was weird. Like, other than the area where we were, it wasn't that bad. But right where we were, it was this open field, and it was crazy cold and crazy windy. So it was really brutal. So nobody came like really prepared for the weather. Except, my family had some blankets in the car, and I think another family had one too. And man, it was really great to see. It was this really tough situation. It was really shitty, but everyone was coming together to take care of the kids, which is the only job that we really have. That's really what our job is in the world, is to make sure that the next generation is taken care of. How we do that can be difficult sometimes. The amazing part was nobody was asking anybody's opinions on anything. Nobody cared if you voted for Trump or you voted for Hillary, or if you're pro-life or pro-gun or pro-choice or anti-this or rich people this and poor people that. There was none of that going on because we had a job to do. We had to try to play and win the football game. And then we also, like, that was my job. And then there were all these other people taking care of the kids, getting them warm, getting them ready, being positive, like being really positive. Like, come on, guys, you can do it. It was really great. And nobody worried about any bullshit that we're lucky enough to worry about. We got to be in some tough conditions, and we got to see what a glimpse of what it's like for a lot of shit not to matter. A lot of shit just not to matter. And maybe that's what we need to do a little more of. Realize that, hey, hold on. What's the goal here? What are we trying to do? Now, I'm not talking about the politicians. Man, fuck the politicians. I'm talking about you and your neighbor. I'm talking about all of you people who aren't speaking with or aren't associating with people that disagree with you. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? You need to be disagreed with. We all do. And then we need to let it go and then do what's really important. Make the lives of all, not just your kids, all of the kids in your life, all of the kids that you touch, your neighbors, your friends' kids, everybody, make their lives better. Make their lives better. Now, look, I'm not talking about someone who's a shitty person. I'm not talking about that. Okay. So we're talking about people that just disagree on some issues. And putting those things aside and get into doing the real work, the real thing that's important, which is making sure that it's better for the next set of people. And that's our kids. And then they'll have the same job when they get older, hopefully they'll do it way better than what we're doing right now. Because what we're doing right now is a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace because everyone just wants to win. Stop trying to win. Who cares who's right and wrong? Make it better. And that's not on anybody in Washington, and that's not on your senator or anybody else. That's on you and your neighbor and your neighbor's neighbor, the person you work with, the person down the street, the person you see at the grocery store, the people you see at the grocery store. Make it a community. Make it a community again, everybody. Find your power.